Hi everybody, Gabby here with your battle of the day. Thankfully we are back to rated battles today, so hopefully we will not see more double team nonsense. It looks like we're getting placed up against Ardor from Japan. Okay, and he is running a very interesting team. Obviously Mega Kangaskhan, Landorus, Zapdos, Amoonguss, Machamp, and Gastrodon. The interesting thing about this team is that Machamp, while its speed is decent, it's something that you really don't see outside of Trick Room nowadays, and as you can see, there is no Trick Room on this team. Unless Gastrodon gets it, which I'm incredibly skeptical of, honestly. So what does that mean for me? Well, I don't have to worry about Gastrodon that much on this team because unlike my other teams, this is not a rain team. So that's always nice. In terms of things to be afraid of, a lot of things. Metagross is going to be pretty clutch in this game, honestly. I'm going to lead it, but I'm also going to bring Entei in the back so I have a somewhat safe switch for it. And as for my last slot, you know, I could really go either way. My Lodic would be helpful in just more coverage, obviously punishing that Intimidate if it comes down to it. Amoonguss would be helpful because it looks like the only thing that can super effectively hit it would probably be the Heat Wave on that Zapdos, provided it even has Heat Wave. So that being said, I think I'm actually going to bring Amoonguss. This may turn out to burn me in the end. We will find out. So good luck and have fun, Ardor, and let's get this game started. You know, I really should go back to changing the background music for these battles. I really miss Zinnia's theme. I just always forget to do it until, like, I'm paired up against someone, and then it's like, crap, I forgot. Alright, so there's my lead. You already know what it is. And it looks like we get the Zapdos Landorus lead from Ardor. I forgot his name for a second. Which means that my Metagross really doesn't have to be afraid of a lot of things. Obviously that Zapdos could be packing Heat Wave. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead for the Rock Slide, and then I'm just going to protect on Metagross this turn, partially to give it a speed boost, so it'll outspeed that Zapdos, and... But if he withdraws his Landorus, you know what? I have a better idea. Let's get Metagross out of here. Let's bring in Entei. Entei has Stone Edge, which will definitely help against Zapdos. He can use Sacred Fire to burn that Landorus. I would be really surprised. I guess his Landorus is staying in. I did not expect that. I mean, I know my Landorus stayed in, but I felt like I had more to gain from potentially flinching everything on the field. And Zapdos does go for the Tailwind, so that's good to know. So which means it's probably like, okay, with U-turn, banned Landorus if I had to guess. So we're probably going to see Kangaskhan come in here. Tailwind is up. You know, Landorus is gone. It's Kangaskhan time. Or not. You can bring in the Sea Slug if that's really what you want to do, buddy. Alright, so let's get Landorus out of here, right? I'm gonna send in Amoonguss. I doubt he's gonna Heat Wave this turn, just does not seem like a good play. Honestly, he's probably gonna Earth Power the Entei slot. Who's more important to keep alive, Entei or my Landorus? This is hard. I can take one Earth Power, provided it doesn't crit. So let's just go for the Stone Edge. I think it'd be nicer to get rid of that Zapdos, potentially, than to keep Entei safe for another turn. Zapdos goes for Hidden Power Ice, probably, into the Amoonguss slot. You know, it's super effective, but it ain't gonna do much. I just said ain't. Stone Edge will connect, Stone Edge will not kill. And Zapdos reveals its Citrus Berry. So now it's Earth Power time. Or I guess Muddy Water. Sure, Muddy Water definitely will not kill Entei. It could drop accuracy, but as you can see, it didn't, so that's really nice. So now it's time to worry about that Heat Wave from Zapdos. You know, knowing that it has Tailwind, it could also Roost.
I'm still not afraid of Gastrodon. I probably should be.
honestly. You know what? Let's do this. Let's actually go for putting Gastrodon to... Oh no, but then if Heat Wave connects with Amoonguss, I'm definitely screwed. So let's not count on Stone Edge hitting again. Let's go for Sacred Fire onto that Zapdos. Let's protect Amoonguss this turn. This will have the benefit of outstalling the last turn of Tailwind as well. And then next turn we can go ahead and try and sleep Gastrodon. Alright, Zapdos goes away, so it's probably a really good thing that I went for Hidden Power because... I mean, not Hidden Power. Sacred Fire, because now I have the chance of burning his Landorus, which will definitely hurt his probable Choice Band. And, you know, Amoonguss is just going to live this turn, I guess. Sacred Fire will connect. The question is, will it burn? The burn is way more valuable to me. And it does! Yes! Okay. And Gastrodon goes for another Muddy Water, which will connect with my Entei, bringing it down to probably a third of HP left. Or, oh god, that's a lot lower than a third. Eighth? Ninth? I can't do fractions on the spot. Anyways, luckily for me, though... I'm in a really good position right now. Gastrodon's gonna go to sleep. Entei, normally I would switch it out here, but I don't really want my Landorus to take a potential Muddy Water, so I'm just gonna go ahead and protect this turn. I'll get a little bit of leftovers HP back, not much. It'll make a bigger difference, honestly, against Zapdos than it would against these two, because Landorus could Earthquake, it could Rock Slide, Gastrodon could literally do anything offensive that isn't Ice Beam, and I'd kind of be screwed. Landorus goes for the Rock Slide, still does a significant amount due to the crit. Gastrodon goes for Muddy Water, will connect with the Amoonguss. The Spore is not looking that probable right now. And it happens. Okay, I was really worried about an accuracy drop there, if you couldn't tell. Anyways, now Gastrodon is asleep, which means I think this is a perfect time to bring my Landorus back in, actually. Knowing that he's probably stuck Rock Sliding, and his Tailwind is gone. So, as for what I'm going to do with Amoonguss, I'm going to keep it in, and I'm going to just Sludge Bomb. I wish I had Giga Drain on this Amoonguss, just specifically for facing things like Gastrodon. That being said, I still don't think that Gastrodon is a big threat. And worth noting, if Landorus switches out here, that means Entei is faster. Nope, Gastrodon switches out. Never mind. Into Zapdos, actually. So probably looking to get that Tailwind back up. Landorus goes for the Earthquake. Probably the real reason he switched, actually. Which isn't going to kill Amoonguss, especially given the fact that Landorus is at -1 and is burned. But given the amount of damage it does, I'm like really absolutely convinced that it's banned. I know I keep saying that, but it's banned, guys. It's actually seriously banned. But he did actually wait, no. He went for Rock Slide last turn. It's not banned, it's Assault Vest. Okay, so I need to not assume banned when I'm not taking notes and realizing that moves are switching. Anyways, my play here is pretty obvious. I'm going to press the Rock Slide button. I'm going to hope that it kills Zapdos before it can Tailwind again, which it probably will considering it connected. As for that Landorus, it'll also die, which is an added bonus. I didn't really think I'd kill it, honestly. The thing about Landorus is that, you know, it's neutral damage for Rock Slide, but it's not a stab move on my part, so I just never really assume it to kill. And of all things, he sends in Machamp. So no Mega. This is great. This is perfect for me. So we're gonna try and sleep Machamp here. Or should I just, you know, let's not sleep Machamp yet, because I do that. Gastrodon is still the biggest threat. I don't really think Intimidate will help me more than just doing some damage with Rock Slide, breaking any potential sashes. And, you know, I still have Metagross in the back, so really my biggest concern here should be killing Gastrodon before it wakes up. Which I'm pretty sure I can do, honestly. If I were him, I would probably just try and ice punch the Landorus, because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that could kill me at this point. Or kill anything. You know, Rock Slide. Oh, Dynamic Punch. Alright, so Amoonguss is getting confused. So that's nice. But I do have Rocky Helmet, so that's also nice. And it looks like Machamp is Life Orbed. Which is understandable. So now that Amoonguss is confused, it will punch itself in the face, not killing it, actually. So now, knowing that he had already Dynamic Punched me once, I think it's more valuable here that Amoonguss gets the Regenerator HP. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue Rock Sliding, and I'm going to actually take Amoonguss out, subbing in Entei. If Entei dies this turn, I can send in Metagross next turn for free, and kill that Machamp before it confuses more things. If it doesn't die, then I can Sacred Fire things. Like, I feel like this is a win-win for me. As for what I expect him to do, he's probably going to go for the Dynamic Punch onto Landorus. Provided I don't flinch him here. Which I don't. So yep, there's the Dynamic Punch onto Landorus. Landorus is now going to be confused. It's okay, Landorus. We all go through these confusing times in our lives. Gastrodon wakes up, going for Earth Power onto the Entei slot. That's a really good prediction for him. Entei is not going to take that well at all and dies. So it's time for me to send in Metagross. How's it going, buddy? You ready to kill some Machamps? Though I'm actually going to protect this turn because, as we know, Machamp is Life Orb, which means he could also protect in hopes of getting an Earth Power off. And I'm actually going to switch out Landorus now, the goal being to switch Amoonguss out into Landorus next turn, just to try and get it back up to full health, so when it's Amoonguss versus Gastrodon, I have the advantage. So as long as Amoonguss survives this turn, I should be all set. Which, I don't see it dying. I really don't, unless he doubled in to the Landorus slot, which, given the fact that it was confused, like, that would just be either a really good read, or... Okay, so he does go for the Protect onto Machamp, which means Gastrodon is going for the Earth Power onto Metagross, which means Amoonguss gets in scot-free. And now it's time for Amoonguss to get out. So unless he pulls off the double Protect here, which could happen. I've certainly seen it happen. But, I mean, even if I were to target that Gastrodon, it would most likely be a 3-hit KO. Sometimes you can get it to be a 2-hit KO. It really depends on how bulky that Gastrodon is. I usually assume it's the bulkiest thing in the world. Because really, you don't get much benefit from investing in attack. Zen Headbutt will connect. That was also the one thing I was afraid of. Which means Machamp goes down. Gastrodon goes for Muddy Water. A really good read. Probably expecting Landorus to come back in. It doesn't get the KO on Landorus, but does get the accuracy drop. That being said, I am just going to target it with Superpower, I think, because I really don't want to Earthquake my own Metagross. And as much as damage as Rock Slide does, I don't really need the flinch chance right now. I need to get that Gastrodon down to as little HP as possible. So Superpower will bring Gastrodon down into the yellow. Zen Headbutt does connect again, which will actually get the KO on Gastrodon, which gives me the win without even have to rely on Amoonguss. So thank you, Arter. That was a really good game. A little surprised you didn't bring your Kangaskhan, honestly, but I could see how maybe you thought that Machamp would be more effective. If I were you, I would have brought Kangaskhan probably instead, because you still get the stab, well, you don't get a stab fighting, but you get a fighting move in the form of, like, low kick or power-up punch. And it's just so much more powerful. Like, I think if you had Sucker Punch at the end, you could have easily donked Metagross. You could have easily... It just would have made your life a lot easier. But anyways, thank you for the good game. That's it for today. My name's Gabby, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.